Welcome to the Millionaire Maker Show, a podcast helping online coaches monetize their life's work and scale their businesses to create more time, more money, more freedom, and more impact. Now, with over 20 years of business building, coaching, and consulting experience, here's your host, author, speaker, and creator of the Millionaire Maker Coaching Funnel, Lindsay Anderson.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Millionaire Maker Show. I am your host, Lindsay Anderson, and today is a very special episode. I just got home from LA where I was there meeting the cast of The Trust, Netflix's latest new reality show, which I've been featured in. We were in LA doing some promotion for that show. Now, the show came out starting on January 10th. A few more episodes dropped last week, and tomorrow will be the finale. So we're right here in the middle of it. And I have a very unique experience that I'm going to be sharing with you on this episode today, because fact is, I run an online brand. I have a personality brand. I've been online for the past 20 years, and getting recognized on a big stage like Netflix has allowed me to have a really interesting perspective about how to run an online personality brand, kind of the obstacles and challenges that we ran into while managing all of the incoming social media traffic, and finally, how we've kind of chosen on how to deal with this. Because when you're on Netflix and you're up there, and the more people that see you, the more people that experience you, of course, you're going to have a certain level of notoriety. With that notoriety comes good comments and bad comments. How exactly are myself and my team really managing that on this really big level and this really big platform that Netflix has given me the opportunity to be a part of? That's what we're talking about on today's episode. Now, before we hop into that and I kind of tell you about what has been going on here, make sure that you are signed up for the Unlaunched Method workshop. That is my live workshop starting the first week of February of this year. Make sure you head over to theunlaunchedmethod.com. In 5 days, I will be sharing with you my exact process on how to create an authentic and profitable organic social media audience, how to get that audience to actually buy from you, and how to build a truly profitable online business. So if you're selling anything online and you really want to use organic social media to get more sales and create more revenue in your business, you should run and not walk to the Unlaunched Method workshop. All you have to do is head over to theunlaunchedmethod.com. Put it on your calendar. I am best consumed live. That's where you're going to get the very most out of this workshop. So make sure that you time block, you plan on joining me live, and I'll see you there at the Unlaunched Method workshop. So let's dive in to The Trust. The Trust is a reality show that Netflix is trying out. This is the very first season of The Trust. And the premise of the show is simple. Essentially, you have 11 strangers from all walks of life gathered in the house. There's a trust of $250,000. You can make it to the end altogether and split the $250,000, or you can choose to vote each other out to increase your take home or to protect yourself if someone's going to vote after you. And that is the game of The Trust. We were there for 3 weeks there in the Dominican Republic. It was a really, really exciting experience. Now, since it has premiered, this is what you have to understand. My experience over the last 20 years online, it was a fairly friendly internet. Like, I would attract small business owners. Very rarely we would get somebody saying something negative in the comments. If they did, it's no big deal because I have so many people who actually like me online, really resonate with my message and these kind of things. Now, when those series premiered, and I've talked to my castmates, and they all have experienced the exact same thing I have, is when you are on a stage that big, it doesn't really matter what you do. You're definitely going to have people that do not like you, do not support you, that you're going to trigger, that they're going to, have some sort of reaction to you. It's very well known that in politics, even a landslide is only 51% of people actually like you and want to vote for you. And so when you're on a big platform and then all of a sudden you welcome in social media and allow people to actually find you online and DM you and comment and actually like take their angst out on you, it becomes really, really wild online and unlike my previous experience. I thought I was ready, but really the amount and the kinds of comments from, across the board, from the good to the bad comments, has really been such uh, a learning experience for me. So when the show first aired, my reaction and the way that my team and I were really handling this is how my friends and my family, and funny enough, I was actually just talking to many of the cast members in LA this weekend, and they all had the same piece of advice, which was, Lindsay, you gotta ignore those comments. You're gonna delete them. You're gonna block them. And then you can just carry on. And like, social media is your place. It's nobody else's place. And for the first few days, I certainly did that. I would have mean things come in, said about me on social media. I would delete and block and delete and block. However, what I noticed is that people had a real problem that their comments were being deleted and blocked. They wanted their voice heard at how horrible of a person I had been or how against my decisions they were, and they really wanted to be heard. And as a brand value for me, okay, I want to be all inclusive. I want to be vulnerable out there. I want to be a place where people can feel like they can not agree with me. I think that's just the world. That's the brand. Those are my values. I don't have a problem with learning from people and hearing from people their stories so that I can also increase my perspective and make more educated choices in the future. So just deleting and blocking, it didn't sit right to me. It didn't last for so long. And it really made people online very, very mad. So my whole goal online and what I teach in all of my digital marketing courses and my online business building courses is that you have to create a community and you have to have conversations. And there was no asterisk about you only want to build a community and conversations with people who really, really like you. That was never what I taught. That was never what the purpose is, or even how to successfully build a personal brand online. So my distaste for just deleting and blocking anybody who had something negative to say about me definitely did not settle well with me. So then I adjusted and I decided that I wanted to start responding to these comments and really start having a dialogue with them as I looked at my values and how I wanted to handle it and how I would handle it if people were in real life. It would be absolutely to have a dialogue. So I would invite you to head over to my social media channels. You'll see most of this at work on TikTok at @the.lindsayAnderson, as well as Instagram at @the.lindsayAnderson. But I really tried to show up with vulnerability and knowing that I do make mistakes. I believe that my page, if people want to come and share with me what they think about me, good or bad, I'm here for it. My page is a place where everybody who is treating me with respect and within boundaries is actually welcome. Now, you have to understand, I'm not keeping all of the comments. Some of the comments, I won't say many, but some of the comments are just full of so much hate and vitriol. And this is across castmates. I was able to talk to all my castmates last week, and we're all having a very similar experience here. But there are some comments that come in, and if I find that they're just have just a little bit more venom and a little bit more aggression than I'm comfortable with, or if they're really talking about my family, which I find an extremely personal attack, then I do go ahead and delete them. So that is my goal going into my social media platforms. That's really how I've chosen to approach social media. Now, obviously, I'm on TV and some people had a negative reaction to me. The way that I view it, if they seek out my page or they find me in search and find my page, why would I pass up an opportunity to actually change their reaction, given an opportunity to actually show them that I am more than this 3D caricature that Netflix edited on TV? If I could possibly have this opportunity, the comments speak for themselves as much as your videos, as much as anything else. I will not underestimate the power of comments. Many people have come to my page, DM'd me, and put public comments to say, hey, I came here to put you on blast, Lindsay. Your mannerisms and the way you were on that show really made me mad. So I came here to put you on blast. But after reading all of these comments and your ability to respond to them and to be vulnerable and admit your mistakes and admit there's things to learn really turned me around. And now you have a fan. And so you have to remember, people read those comments. This is something that is very typical for many online business owners, is that two things. You don't recognize that there are real people behind all these profiles. It can be hard to remember that because it feels like a computer and you're just there alone, but there are real people on the other side of that. And if you can really talk with these people and treat them like you're in a real life situation, how you would with your regular personality and how you are, that's how you're going to build a brand and be more successful on social media, because you're going to be showing up as your authentic self. Now, understand this, the way I am handling my social media, where I'm allowing a bit of open dialogue, definitely letting the dissenters who do not like me have their opinion so that I can go in and comment, so that people who aren't brave enough to actually leave a comment can maybe see my rebuttal. Then that's just the way that I am handling. That's actually not my advice for everyone. Again, my advice for running a personal online brand is you have to be comfortable and authentic with yourself and react as you would in a real life situation if real people were actually saying this to your face, because it has to really align with your brand. This is what I have felt works best for me and the way that I am handling this barrage of comments coming in at me from social media. And I want to speak a little bit about the notoriety. And I have seen this a bit in my career, is that the more successful you get, the more notoriety that you're going to receive. So you're not going to have like Gary Vee out there. I'm a big fan of Gary Vee, but I can guarantee with his personality and the way he can come across, he certainly has people who don't like him and a whole bunch of people that really do like him. And so I want to underline this very important principle, which the more that you show up as yourself, you have to understand the more people that you repel, that equals more people that you attract. And writing this between the lines, I want to be liked by everybody, makes you really, really shy about showing up. It doesn't allow you to show up as your authentic self. You aren't putting yourself above and apart everybody else online. You just kind of wash in with the AI and everybody else who is online. So in my opinion, it is in your best interest to get real comfortable with people not liking you, knowing that with as much as they don't like you, that you will have a community and people who will support you and absolutely like and support you. And that, to me, is the real key of building a profitable online business and creating an organic social media community that will actually buy from you. So let me sum this up and sum up my experience this far with being on reality TV and actually having myself as this person out there on Netflix. Is if you're establishing a brand where you are the brand, and if your personality is involved at all, you don't want to be afraid to respond to these types of things in a way that fits your personality. There doesn't have to be a right or wrong way. Ease your way into it. Ask yourself how you feel. Really remember, they are real live people on the other side, and what you say and how you act on social media does make a difference. And don't be afraid to switch tactics. And that the comments are as important as the content. So many people read the comments, and what you say and how you present yourself after a situation like this happens, how you present yourself and your actions after the fact really speak to who you are, what your values are as a personality brand, and how people can expect to work with you or to interact with you if they choose to stay on your page and do so. So overall, the trust has been a really awesome experience. I'm really grateful for the experience. I'm looking forward to Wednesday night. I can't wait to actually see what happens in the finale and see how this whole thing ties up. Now, I do some commentary on the trust, so make sure you head out to my TikTok or my Instagram if you want some more details about what it was like to actually be on the show. But most importantly, if you're looking to grow a online business and you want to use organic social media to really find more customers and generate more revenue in your business, and you want a system to be able to do that on rinse and repeat, bringing you clients for years to come, make sure you sign up for the Unlaunch Method. This is my free 5-day workshop that we are going to be starting up here at the beginning of February. All you have to do is head over to theunlaunchmethod.com and I'll see you at the live workshop. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of the Millionaire Maker Show. I would love to hear from you, your reaction on the trust, your reaction to this podcast. Please go out to social media, follow me, let's have a conversation. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, this is Lindsay Anderson with the Millionaire Maker Show.
Thank you for listening to the Millionaire Maker Show with master business coach and creator of the Millionaire Maker coaching funnel, Lindsay Anderson. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Until next time.